All right, so what we're doing right here, this is a layer in where the roof was chopped, so there was a weld under here, and we're just working. I like to work in each section, you know, so even break these bigger pieces up. So now we're working just this rail. I'll just draw myself up, you know, a line. I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna stop up here, and I'm gonna do up to this portion. Then I can concentrate on it, get all the way finished as far as I want to go till the next step, and then just keep moving down. And if you break up a big car like this in these small sections, a door, let me go kill that thing. This car has a lot of shape to it, a lot of curves and valleys and coves, so there's a lot of little teeny handwork and detail work, which makes a big difference. If you're not getting all these lines crisp and clean, then you can, you know, when the paint job's done, it's like, wow, you can see they did some filler there and they didn't finish. And, you know, this is the little nitpicky things that, you know, once you get a panel straight, you spend a few hours doing that, and then you have these just little spots. And you can skip over them, and you can see when people skip over them, because they just don't, you know, there's just a difference between a car that's done really nice and a car that's just done so-so. Take the wire wheel and just get inside these little, you know, there's just a few ridges from where the welds were, but that'll get deep down in there. Before we'll put a little Duraglass on those. Wherever you have a weld, you'll put this a heavier fiberglass filler. It's a little more waterproof, but it just fills those little seams a little better before you get the smooth, lightweight filler on there. Very scientific. That's years of, that's how I cook too. Just the right amount of garlic. Well, even when you're mixing fillers and adding your hardener like that, you know, right now it's December, but in July we use a little less because when it's warm out, it'll kick faster. It's warm in the shop, you know, we keep it 70 degrees in here. All these chemicals have to dry, you know. Then you're standing around waiting for filler to dry, and you want to be sanding. So we want to push this in here good, so it gets down into any of the voids and cracks. There's no holes in here, it's all welded solid, but sometimes you just don't get the whole complete weld smoothed out to where it's undetectable. Now about 10 minutes, that'll be dry, and then we'll sand that down and we'll mask. I'll show you, we'll mask off some edges and we'll spread that whole top layer in. So this heavier filler is pretty heavy. It's hard to sand. Sometimes I like to get in there before it's totally dry, kind of knock it down to a close level. You don't want to go too far because you'll rip it off, but you can get the bulk of it knocked down, and then it opens it up and it'll dry a little bit more. And then when it's totally dry, then you can feather it out, shape it a little easier without, you know, ripping it off the steel. And basically, like I said, we're getting this ready to spread this whole section with the lighter filler that we're going to get our true shape of. I'm going to take some tape. I'm going to mask under here before I spread all that filler. And this is going to keep it, it just kind of keeps edges clean. You know, as I'm filling in here, you'll see it's going to be gooby and dripping around. I'll probably cover this. This sort of stuff, it just shortens up and makes cleanup easier. And it's just little tricks, but they make a big difference. And if you're flying, sometimes you don't stop and do that, but if you can, it just makes it a little easier to do the work. We don't want to drip all kinds of filler all over Greg's nice tube work in there. We're trying to get it on there as thin as possible, or leave the least amount of material as we need to. You know, as I fill this up, and you end up taking 80% off of what you spread on there. Now this car is nice and tight. They've done a good job with all the structure in here. It will shake around like crazy, but it should hold up pretty good. Let that dry and start sanding.
Level completed.